Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ready, Set, Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend, Skyler.
Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Thanks for listening. Thank you for being here.
Come on in, grab a seat. This week,
Okay.
in the news, we've got some really stupid things being said by the chief financial officer over at Sony, specifically the PlayStation department. We have a breakdown of some of the new Gears of War's multiplayer information, and a whole bunch of other stuff that came out of that second half of Comic-Con we missed last week. But Skyler, of course, before we get into all of that, what's been going on with you this week?
This is going to be the coldest take I've ever had put on this show because I saw a movie, and it's a movie that everyone who cared about it saw it when it leaked like months ago. I watched the new Avatar Airbender movie. It finally came to streaming legally, and I watched it that way. And you know what's crazy? It's actually pretty doggone good.
I don't think that's crazy at all. I would have expected as much.
Well, see, I was skeptical. I guess you're always skeptical when we're going back to this beloved, not just franchise, but
Right.
like cast of characters specifically. I'm on record of saying I think Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the greatest Western animated shows of all time. I think it's
I think
up
that's
there,
pretty
top.
safe. Yeah.
Especially if you like lump in. Well, no, because I don't even know if you were to differentiate it from like children's animated from adult animated. I don't think I just narratively. I think it's the GOAT, one of my all-time favorites. And returning to these characters, I guess, could be troublesome, but I think they handle it very well, and it's just beautifully animated. The fight choreography is incredible. There's probably a lot of people that are upset that it's a different voice cast. I totally understand that, but I think this cast did well. It's a great look at an older Aang. Katara gets a lot of good character stuff to do. The other three members of the gang are also there. They get less to do.
Whoa.
They definitely get less to do. Especially Sokka. I feel like I did see a take on online. Someone would be like, watching this movie has made me question, was Sokka ever funny? And I'm like, hey, come on. Yes, he was.
Wow.
Here it's a little bit much. And Zuko and Toph don't get nearly as much to do, but it's cool. It's cool to see them as adults going on an adventure. It's a good adventure. It kind of bridges the gap a bit between, Last Airbender and Korra pretty well. Because in Korra, there's this big city, Republic City, that they say was founded by the Avatar, and we see the Republic City and like it's in its developmental stage. It's like we just founded the city, we're working on it, we're doing stuff, and it's cool. It's cool to see that.
Nice.
Good movie. I recommend it if you like The Last Airbender. I highly recommend it. 4 stars.
It's pretty high. Pretty high. Not 5 stars.
No, not 5 stars.
Because Sokka wasn't funny.
I don't know. 4 stars is good. Nothing has to be 5 stars.
Nothing has to be anything. It didn't have to exist.
I gave the Odyssey 5 stars, but that's because I'm a fucking
shill.
I'm a fucking shill. Yeah. Chris Nolan left me a voicemail and said if I gave the Odyssey 5 stars on Letterboxd, he'd personally send me one of those IMAX camera popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's all I need. I'll do it. So just waiting for that to show up in the mail. But yeah, that's all I had time to do was watch one movie. What else? What did you do? Hi, how you doing?
Hey, I continued watching Ted Lasso. We finished up season 2, so that's cool. I definitely feel like it's a step back from season 1. It's not bad or even not great. Like it's still really good, but it's definitely a step back. And I think if I had to guess, my assumption would be that the first season they like had it all done at one point. And they were like, this is the whole story. Like, this is the story we're going to tell. And then it was super successful. And Apple was like, more. Give us more.
And we
Um,
have to do
and so
more.
they were like, okay, well, we need to do more, but then we also need to expand this because it's going to be a whole show. So we need to like expand the cast, introduce some new people, get some like villains in the door. That's a thing that they do. In
Mm.
season 2, they established like 3 different villains. I guess one of them already existed, but they make him way more of an asshole. And it's really good. Like they're still really nailing the character dynamics. There's a couple of choices that they make where I think the way that people handle the situation is starting to feel like maybe a little bit contrived, where it's like,
Mm.
oh, you made that decision because it's a TV show. Like you didn't make that
Mm.
decision like the way that you would have in season 1 when you were just a person. But it's
Sure.
fine. I am a little concerned because I still think the show's great, and I've watched the first like 2 of season 3, and it's continuing on that same track, still really good. I am a little concerned though. Season 4 starts in a couple days here, August 5th, and there wasn't supposed to be a season 4. The show was done after 3, not canceled, just done. And then I guess again it was super successful, so they ran on up to Jason Sudeikis and was like, "Hey, what if more?" And
Suffering from success.
yeah, maybe a little bit. So I'm a little bit concerned about how if I get to the end of season 3 and I'm like, "This is the perfect ending" or some shit, I'm going to be really disappointed. But then also, maybe I'll get to the end of season 3 and it'll be a shit ending, and I'll be like, I don't know if I even want this to continue going. You know what I mean? But either way, it feels
Mm.
like at the end of 3, it should have wrapped up like a lot of the little quibbling story arcs that are still going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. They're gonna have to. I have to assume that they're not just doing 4. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, show's still really good. Big fan. There's a character named Sam who has been in the whole show, but he becomes way bigger in season 2. Great character. Love that guy. He almost got
Bigger
cast as
like
Black Panther apparently, but then it didn't happen. But we'll talk about that later.
bigger bigger like he gets fat.
No, he just becomes like more of a character. It's
Mm.
There's a lot of the players who don't really get a lot of screen time, and then will randomly get like a 2-episode arc, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, sure. It's on the same level as if like you were watching The Office and one of the guys from the warehouse became a character all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
That happened.
Yeah, but instead of just being what was his name, Craig?
Craig Robinson is the actor. The character's name was Daryl.
Instead of it just being him, it would be like, what about this other person? Did you know that they're secretly in love with this other person that you didn't know before? You'd be like,
Whoa.
no, but that's neat. Like, cool. But yeah, pretty good. Really enjoying it. I'll check back in next week. I'll probably be done with season 3 by then. And season 4 will have started, so we'll see what happens. Then I also watched a movie. I watched, because it came to streaming, I watched that
Devil Wears
there.
Prada 2!
Yeah, watched Devil's Wear Pradas 2.
Nice.
Saw Caleb Perrin in it. He's real funny. No, I didn't watch that. I watched
Damn it.
Masters of the Universe.
Hey, all right. What'd you think?
It's fun. It's one of those situations where it's like I don't think anyone could make an argument for it being like a good movie. You know what I mean? Like it's
No,
not.
and I didn't.
I don't think the acting in it is particularly good. Although I do think a lot of the people in it are good actors. I don't necessarily think that they do a great job here. But it's not in a way where it's like, oh, that's bad or embarrassing. Just like the movie is very schlocky and like on purpose, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good decision because it takes this absolutely ridiculous concept and makes it
Mhm.
palatable without changing it. Because those are, I think, for something like He-Man that doesn't really have a lot of good lore or interesting world building because it was just designed to sell a bunch of toys.
It was toys smacking together, yeah.
Right. I think you have one of two options, which is either try and change a bunch of stuff and then have it maybe not really feel like the original property, but then it becomes something that's interesting, hopefully, or just make a comedy out of it. And they went for the
Mhm.
second one, and I think that's probably the
Mhm.
safer choice. And so it's probably a
Mhm.
good decision that they did it. They do at the end do a big plug for a sequel that I don't think they're gonna get though, which is,
Uh,
we'll see.
what like because I know there's an after credits thing. I did see it in theaters and I was like, I'm not staying for an after credits thing, so I got up
Eh,
and left. But like Skeletor's not gone or something. I don't remember.
No, they're like, here's Shira, like that's
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
they're like
That's like middle of the credits. I did see that one.
yeah,
No, that ain't gonna. There's
no,
no way.
100% that's not happening. So, oops.
Although if it did, sure, I'd go see it.
I
Saw
would,
this one.
yeah, I guess I did too. I would watch it exactly the same way that I did with this one, which is paying about 60% attention to it while doing other things in my
Hmm.
apartment. I don't know. Pretty good
Hmm.
movie though. Enjoyed it. A lot of dick jokes, like way more than I thought was just gonna
Oh
be happening. Like a
my god.
lot, like a
It was
lot.
like it was like, you know what He-Man is? And somebody said stupid. And they were like, okay, yeah, but do you know what else He-Man is? And someone took a beat and was like, gay? And they're like, yeah, we need to
They're
talk
like,
about dick a lot.
sure, yeah. There's a character named Fisto and one called Ram Man. We're gonna we're gonna do that. I did think that it was a little weird that like of all the things that we needed to have like separation from, it was the naming where like those are just the names that Adam gave them while he was separated from them. So they're like, that's not my name, but everything else is completely
Yeah.
accurate and just as stupid to the cartoon.
Was the most eyebrow raising part when Skeletor started talking about He-Man's like creamy thighs?
No, because at that point I was thinking the same thing. At a certain
Okay,
point
yeah.
you're like, everyone in this movie except Idris Elba should just start making out. We
Hmm.
should just do that.
Idris Elba could have kissed the robot or something.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you
You could
kiss a
smooch
robot?
somebody. Wherever you want. I don't know. Wherever it wants. Consent it matters, but I'm just saying.
But more importantly, I saw a more relevant movie. I
Mm.
went to go see that their Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Okay, see, I have not watched
There we go.
Spider-Man as of recording.
Yeah,
So any spoiler review is gonna
right.
have to wait till next time.
So Spider-Man dies, and
Mm-hmm.
then he
Mm-hmm.
he turns fully into a spider and he eats MJ.
That would explain
Um,
why he's not in the Avengers lineup.
yeah, he's a villain now. So
Mm.
it's a little upsetting. It's an interesting new take, but I'm excited to see where they go with it. Obviously, all lies. It's a good movie. It maybe even a great movie. It is not the movie that Mira you wanted it to be. I think
No, I
that's
think
pretty clear.
think
Um,
we knew that for a while.
but it is a really really good, maybe even great version of the movie we didn't want. So
Would you
I
s-
will take that.
would you say where does it rank among the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies? Is it the best one?
No, it's probably the second best. I For me, Homecoming is almost unassailable. I think it is below that, but above the other two.
Because
Because,
Homecoming is the closest to what we wanted.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, No Way Home is wait.
No, that's the yeah, that's
Spider-Man. This
the
time we're in France or whatever. That's the worst
oh,
one.
that's
Um,
far from home
See,
because
I
Europe
get
is far from home.
sure, and then No Way Home because time stuff, sure, or whatever.
I
Anyway,
guess? I don't know.
I don't fucking know, man. The naming convention is hard to remember past Homecoming. But Spider-Man this time, three Spider-Mans. That one I think is also really good. I don't think any of them are bad, to be sure. But
Mhm.
Spider-Man this time, three
No,
Spider-Mans, I think
yeah.
it's really good too. But it's like a lot of it is sort of aping off the previous movies. And what
Three
I yeah,
Spider-Man, Three Spider-Man team up is my favorite one for the wrong reasons.
sure. I think it's really good, for sure. But I do think this one's better because I think
Mhm.
this one does more for its own characters, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Obviously, I won't spoil anything. Sadie
Yeah.
Sink in this is pretty good. I think she plays her character really well. I think people are going to be very polarized by the take of this character, no doubt. I don't really know how I
Oh,
feel about it, to
Gwen
be honest with
Stefani.
you. Yeah, she's playing Gwen Stefani
Um,
because I like the character, but
there's there's only one real burning question that I would like you to answer.
yeah,
Is Scorpion in more than one scene?
yeah, he's in two.
All right.
Although in the second one, he's not really himself. Actually, well, no, maybe in neither of them, he's really himself. In the second one, he is not. He is, as we've seen in the trailer, there is a character who can brain control people,
Mhm.
who's jumping between bodies. The second scene with him is that. So it's not really him, but he's
So
into.
he's so like Mac Gargan with a scorpion suit, it's like he's just part of a montage.
Oh, maybe there's three scenes because he is also part of a montage.
Hmm.
I'm gonna call that 2.5 scenes. Although if you're saying
Mm.
specifically in the suit, 1.5 scenes.
All right, whatever. I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah. Uh it does do because I really like the movie. I think it's Really, really good. The most annoying thing about it for me personally is that so there's a time jump a little bit between the end of the previous one and this one. And we see glimpses of that. And what those glimpses are is the movie that we wanted.
Yeah.
Is they're like, we skipped
Yeah.
over all that part. Now we're going to do some
Yeah.
dumb shit. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
All
cool.
right.
I do think Frank and the Hulk in this, Punisher and Hulk in this, are not super distracting. I
Okay.
did not need them to be there. I don't think they necessarily add much, but I do. The Hulk in this is kind of whatever. You could pretty much take her and leave him. Like, he has a little bit of plot relevance, but otherwise, not really. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Frank in this is an actual character who does matter to the plot, and this is one of his better showings, I would say. Genuinely,
Okay.
like I think. Granted, I didn't watch his second season,
Yeah, I like that second season. Yeah, it's
but
him with what's her name? Shea Wiggum's daughter. She's from Ted. You have a
O-
crush on her because you saw that episode of Ted and you were like, "Oh, she's cute." I'm
Officer
like,
Wiggums.
"Yeah."
I watched the whole season. Okay, thank you. So Officer Wiggums
No, Shea Wiggum is an actor,
is it,
and he's got a daughter, and she's also an actor,
yeah, hell yeah, she is.
but I don't remember her name. It obviously ends with Wiggum.
Anyway, he's really good in this. I don't necessarily feel like he does a ton to forward the plot, and so again, he could be cut very easily. But the version of the Punisher that is in this movie, I like a lot better than the version of the Punisher that is in the first season of his show or Punisher One Last Kill or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because I really, it's specifically in the One Last Kill, I think is what it was called. He's like losing his shit. He's like seeing ghosts and screaming and like pissing and shitting himself, and he's not doing that in this movie, and I appreciate that.
Her name is Georgia Wiggum.
Pretty good. Anyway, it's really good. That's what it's really going to come down to at the end of the day. I think they show a lot of restraint with certain plot points that I was not expecting, and I think that that's maybe the best thing that they could have done with it. But I am really curious to see what people are going to think about the takes on certain characters,
Hmm.
because I can for sure see it being very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think, while I don't really care that much, I think it's kind of a bad take on that character. But it's fine. Who cares? It's all getting rebooted in 2 movies anyway, so who fucking cares? But hey, let's talk about the news.
All right.
We're going to start with some of the video game news this week, because there wasn't a ton, and what was there was not all that exciting. First thing I want to start out here with is the Gears of War multiplayer breakdown. We got a lot of information out of it because the beta for it is launching soon. I think like next week, maybe the week after. And so they gave a even earlier version of it to, journalist types, reviewers, so they could give it a
Mm-hmm.
shot. And those previews are coming back extremely positive. Like, people are very excited about it. People are specifically doing a lot of praising for the new Horde mode. The new Horde mode, which is, I don't remember if they gave it a bigger name, but it's, Horde Siege mode. Yeah. It has 12 players as opposed to 4, and they're broken down into 3 squads of 4. So you and your friends join as one squad, and then there's 2 other squads running around. And it's in a
Okay.
much bigger map where you're crossing all, like, you have your own like little missions in the Horde thing. And so you're crossing over with them every now and then. And like, if a boss shows up, then you all have to fight it together. But for the most part, you're separate. So it's this interesting thing of like, oh, well, Delta Squad's over there, but Beta Squad's doing this thing. And like, oh, Alpha just got wiped out. You know what I mean?
That
Apparently
sounds
it's
cool.
really cool. So that's great. Also in Horde mode, just in Horde mode, not normal PvP, there are classes for the characters that you choose to play. Obviously, you can mix and match. Like, it's not like Dom is an assault. You know what I mean? Like, you can pick
Mm-hmm.
whatever class for whatever character. But
Mm-hmm.
it's basically just what loadout you start the game with. It's assault, marksman, breacher, medic. So medic obviously heals. Assault is, I think, pretty much just like regular what you would expect. Marksman has more long range type shit, and breacher is like, he's the guy who's going to be like up in there. He's basically the tank. So it seems pretty cool. It's also launching with 4 different normal PvP game modes. They're all of the classic Gears of War ones: Deathmatch, obviously, then Conquest, Demolition, and Crucible. So it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. I'm excited for this. I think of all the games left in the year, E-Day is probably the one I'm most excited for. I don't know what else would.
Uh,
I don't know what else would like really rival it.
yeah. What else is in the lineup?
Grand Theft Auto kind of shit itself out of my heart a long time ago. Wolverine will probably be very good, but I don't really like Wolverine that
Right.
much as a character. And that's
Yeah,
kind of
we've
it.
covered this. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's kind of those are the big ones for the rest of the year, I think. So,
Hmm.
I mean, there's other ones in there, I'm sure, but top of my head, I don't remember them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Gears of War. I've always loved Gears of War, so this is sounds. You said horde mode, and then I had that that Ratatouille flashback moment. I was like, I remember.
Well, hey, something in video games that will not make you happy to remember is this
Yeah,
dumb thing that the Sony CFO said.
go off on him.
So the Sony CFO Lin Tao, they had their quarterly earnings shit this week. She acknowledged in it the immense blowback to them deciding to go all digital. And she had maybe the absolute stupidest thing she could have possibly said if she wanted that blowback to stop. Which is,
What did she say?
she basically said, "We hear you and we don't care." That's
Nice.
almost verbatim what the fuck she said. She was like, "We knew there was going to be blowback. We hear the blowback. We're gonna keep doing this." And everyone was like, "Okay, well then we're not buying a PlayStation 6." Like the internet is, and people will still buy one, obviously.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like with the increase of how much that console is going to cost, and the fact that they're basically telling their entire player base to go fuck itself, like shit, man. It's not. I don't think it's going to do as well as PS5, which is already doing worse than the PS4 because they haven't put any fucking games out on it. So, yikes, man. I don't know what their big plan on this one is. But usually, if you're going to tell your fans to go fuck themselves, you do it behind closed doors. You don't say it where everyone can
Hmm.
hear.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
come on,
Hmm.
dude. They're literally spitting on you and being like, now say thank you.
I don't know. The bubble has to pop. People have to not buy it. So we'll find out.
Well, and she got a little bit of pushback, I guess, at some point about how if she completely cuts out physical media,
Hmm.
how it'll have a knock-on effect on brick and mortar like retail locations. Analysts are saying probably hundreds of thousands of layoffs across different brick and mortar stores across the entire globe if they stop being able to sell video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tons of moms and pops, tons of, these resale shops, your GameStops, obviously. And her answer was that they're not going to stop supporting the retail stores. They're going to continue. And we thought this was a joke when it was rumored a couple weeks back. They're going to keep shipping boxes, but just with no disc in it. So it's just a
I didn't
download code.
I didn't think that was a joke. I fully believed that they
Like,
meant that.
that is apparently what they are currently planning on doing, is just shipping empty fucking boxes with the code, I assume, printed on the receipt if you're at GameStop. And by the way, at the other retail stores at least, we've already seen a version of this. The Grand Theft Auto codes, right? We've gotten,
Hmm.
because it's just going to be a box with a code in it. Apparently in that one, it is an actual piece of paper in the thing with a code on it. And the reason that we know
Hmm.
that is because we've just found out that the just the PlayStation versions, not the Xbox versions for some reason, but just the PlayStation versions, those codes can expire. So
Wait a minute.
if the code is not redeemed by a certain point, the code inside that box will not work anymore. So now it's just an empty box
What
for
is
real.
what, what's the timeline on that? What is the length of time
I think it was like a
for
year.
and how does it wait, how does it know? Is it does the code go
Well,
active on purchase?
was no the so if it's on a separate piece of, so okay, so when codes are generated to put into the box, like
Yeah.
they do become a key that is registered so that they know how many are out
Okay.
there.
Sure.
And then I guess they will rotate them out after, I think it was a year, but I might be wrong on that. Don't take my word on it. But it was like, it was a short enough amount of time where I was like, oh, okay. So that's for sure going to affect people.
But the store, GameStop, they're not printing these themselves,
Apparently not in the
are
case of Grand
they?
Theft Auto, at least. Yeah.
Upon which means that they are
The
the
second it is
codes are
shipped.
generated and printed and shipped out, and so if nobody buys that in time,
Right.
or let's say grandma buys the video game for Christmas, she buys it in October.
Yeah.
Oops, like what? How much time do you have? Like what the?
Yeah. I believe it is about a year from what we were seeing.
A year, okay.
But it's from the time that the game is shipped. So the first wave that we were seeing is going to expire about a year after
So what
they
what they're
launch.
saying is
Yeah, you
what
ever
they're saying is
just put Grand Theft Auto in the produce section because that shit's going to go bad.
you're more than welcome to buy the game, air quotes, physically. Yeah, we support these mom and pop shops. We support GameStop. Of course we do. We'll send them out. But, you know, if you do buy it this way, you're an idiot. So just buy it digitally. That's what they're
Yeah.
saying.
Well, exactly. Well, and what's even more I think offensive about it is, I mean, the expiration, we don't know that expiration date thing is going to be consistent for all versions of this. The pessimistic side of me says it probably will be. But the fact that it's only the PlayStation version of the games already has me like really confused. So maybe I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. It's more details to come, I'm sure. But the fact that they're like, oh, we're not going to cut out retailers, we're going to keep shipping these empty boxes, is like, that was the only thing I could think of to even remotely justify you doing this. Was that if you sell through a retailer, you have to give them a 30% cut of the game because it's a different storefront. And so just like when you buy a PlayStation game on Steam, Steam takes 30% of the cut. Or when you buy a Capcom game on PlayStation, PlayStation takes 30% of the cut. It's the very much the same deal, with probably some discrepancies. I'm sure some stores take less and some stores take more, whatever. You're not even saving that 30%, which means you're switched to digital. You'll save a little bit of money by not printing the disc. Although PlayStation owns the Blu-ray, like they own the fucking patent for the Blu-rays, so they are producing it cheaper than anybody else is physically capable of doing. So they're not saving the money on it, really. The only reason that they're doing this is literally just to take away ownership rights and to kill the secondhand market. That's it. It's not to make more money. It's not to, have better control over their initial sales. It's that they don't want you to be able to share with your friends or own it or resell it. They want to be able to sell you nothing and take it away from you whenever they want. That is the only benefit now that PlayStation is getting from it. It's not the money. They're not making more money. It's just to fuck you over. That's it. Exclusively. That's insane to me. Because let's assume that the company's evil, because they're a company, so of course they are. Why would you not also save the money?
That you would think that would be first.
So they acknowledge that there is enough of a physical player base that they want to continue selling it physical to us to some extent.
Yeah.
But they think that this box with nothing in it will still sell, first of all. And second of all, it's just mask off. They have gone to a point where they're just like, you're going to buy it anyway. Fuck you. To which the internet very rightfully is saying, no, we're okay. PlayStation, you put out 2 games a year tops, and usually only one of those is good.
That's PlayStation has no games has been a running joke since the PS5 fucking launched.
The PS5 generation has been really bad for their games. PS4 was pretty good. PS3 not so much. Maybe it's hit and miss. Maybe 6 will be good, but at this point, I don't know, man. Because they keep closing studios and shit, and
I cannot see a potential future right now where I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'll buy a PS6. I don't see that.
It's not looking good. Man, it's rough, and we talked about it a little bit last week, I think, but we know that they're putting PlayStation employees on like super fucking lockdown about it too. Like Alana Pierce used to work there. She was a writer over at Sony Santa Monica, and she has been reporting that her friends that still work there have a complete 100% gag order. They are not allowed to talk about physical media at all. PlayStation is controlling their social media and telling them what they can and cannot post. which apparently they've done for a long time, but this is the strictest version of it they've ever rolled out, apparently. So they're not talking about it until this, and probably won't talk about it again for a very long time. They are refusing to allow they are hoping that they can hide out in their shelter and then let it blow over until, I guess, the PS6 comes out and people buy it anyway, which some people will do anyway, depending on what that price is. But their entire game plan is every so often we're going to pop out of our bunker, we're going to piss on you, and then we're going to hide again until you give us your money. That's the plan. That's the entire strategy.
We won't truly know how the reaction for this is gonna stick until voting day, and voting day is when the next console comes out and we see how many people fucking buy one.
It's like 2028 at the earliest for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really funny because the internet reaction right now has been vitriolic. It has been fucking toxic. There's been some people defending it, and it's all the usual people. You know, it's the people who you go and you click on their thing and they got the PlayStation logo as their fucking PFP, and you're like, okay, buddy. Like, all right. I think we also talked about this last week a little bit, but there has been a handful of people in the expectant sort of publications, you know, your Circana, your fucking IGN, who have been coming out and trying really hard to like defend this and getting absolutely shit on. I think the biggest one, and I may have mentioned this last week, I truly don't remember, was when they put out that new Wolverine trailer for Comic-Con. It was getting absolutely fucking lit up in the comments. No one was talking about Wolverine. No one gave a fuck about Wolverine. Every comment under that thing was no disc, no buy, basically. And which is, you know, that one's going to have a disc because it comes out in like a month. So, but whatever. Point being, there's this analyst, Matt Pescatella, who showed up in there and was like throwing out all these numbers about like, oh, well, you know, it just doesn't make sense for them to do physical anymore. And everyone was like, you can still buy music on vinyl. You can still buy physical books. The movie theaters are having the best year they've had in like a decade. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sir. And then also, people looked at the numbers that he posted and was like, your numbers don't make any fucking sense at all. Like, he was specifically saying like, oh, well, only, and we did talk about this, so I won't go into the specifics of the numbers, I guess. Because I remember we talked about this now. But basically, this guy is coming out, like, he didn't post this in an article. He didn't write anything about it. He posted it in a reactionary tweet to people being mean to this trailer of a PlayStation game. So the facing of this argument from him, a supposed industry trusted analyst, is already starting from a place of defense, of defending PlayStation's decision. Not here's the information, but how dare you be mean to PlayStation and their Wolverine game that we all want so badly, you know? And then people start trying to ask him for more information, and he refuses because he doesn't have it. And then real analysts tear apart his numbers and be like, hey, none of these make any sense. Like, these numbers are actually just lies. Like, you've narrowed it down to, because he posted a thing that was like, only 7 games have sold more than 100,000 copies physically in America in this year. And they're like, yeah, that's pretty normal. First of all, when you narrow the field that far, because we're in the first half of the year where there's not as many big games that come out. The USA is the market that sells the least physical games, percentage wise. You've already narrowed it down to just PlayStation, which has put out like 2 games this year. Like, you know, it's that thing of like 3 people in a room and you were like, well, you know, 60% of the people in this room are murderers. And then the third guy feels really uncomfortable.
Wait a minute.
Like, you narrow the field down to such a small scope because that's the only scope in which your argument makes sense. And when anybody opens the door to any other additional information, it falls apart immediately. Right. And I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this exactly, but it's just, they're saying this. They don't care about the money. They just want to take your rights away. And on top of that, we know from all of the actual published information that physical media still makes up a huge chunk of sales. Even at the lowest that people have possibly been able to skew it, it was still 20%, which is already enough that I don't think PlayStation realistically can take that hit and not get destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we're already looking at a situation where they have stopped reporting most of their first party game sales numbers because they're not hitting quotas. And basically every time a first party game comes out, they end up doing layoffs like pretty shortly after because it's not doing well, right? Like Saros was apparently financially a failure. Wolverine, I think, is probably fine. But like, if you're already scraping by to hit the numbers that you were expecting to sell these games on, cutting out 20% of your sales bracket is not going to help. Especially if you're not even doing it to save the money. Like, you're not making any more money off of it because you're still paying the 30. I just don't understand it. No part of this makes any sense to me. I could go off about this for like another hour and I'll refrain, but it's just fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you see somebody online trying to defend the switch to digital, just be like, you can still buy digital, but what benefit is it to you if physical doesn't exist? Because there isn't one. Not a single thing. Well, I don't want to go to a store. You don't have to. No one's making you. What we want is both options.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, let's get into some wrestling news. There's two little bits here that I want to talk about. Nothing too crazy.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
It was like a jump scare. All right, what's going on in wrestling?
Well, you've been 100% off grid for a fucking minute. So these shouldn't come as a shock to you because I posted both in our group chat. So if you didn't see these, I'll be upset because it'll mean you weren't looking at the group chat.
Let's see what it is.
The first one is over at AEW. This is really not super news. I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's really nice. They're holding a special episode of Dynamite called Rebel Heart.
Yeah, for Rebel.
So they're one of their wrestlers, Rebel or Reba, if you're nasty, has been diagnosed with ALS, which is, I believe, Lou Gehrig's disease. It's the one that everyone did the ice bucket challenge for, if that helps.
Kids today don't know nothing about no ice bucket challenge.
It's okay. Our podcast talks about Star Trek and games from the year 2000. I don't think our audience is that young. Regardless, they're holding the special event in presumably to raise funds for it. It's a really like nice sort of heartwarming decision that they've made here, and I'm very happy about it. A lot of people online are like, does this mean Britt Baker will finally show up because she's been missing for a while? And I do think chances are pretty high of that, even if she is here for that and then gone again. Because her and Rebel are like for real, like really close friends. So I would be honestly disappointed in her as a person if she didn't show up to some extent. She doesn't have to be on camera, I guess. But if we don't hear like she was backstage, I'll be upset. But
I don't know what the situation between her and AEW is right now. So like,
I don't know. Last we heard,
if they're not in good graces and she's not invited to it, then I guess that's not on her, obviously. So
I think she would definitely be invited. Tony Khan has maintained the whole time that the decision to come back is hers. And that like they are in good standing and that she's still under contract and like they still are like they have renewed her contract since her disappearance. And a lot of speculation about it has been related to her breakup with Adam Cole and like how messy that's been. So who fucking knows, man. But I do think there's a pretty high chance that she'll show up for this. So
sure, I would be happy to see her pay respects for Rebel.
Yeah. Rebel, I think, will also be there. So that'll be exciting to see her again. But yeah, it's a terrible, terrible disease, and it's frankly incredible that we really can't do a single fucking thing about it. In other wrestling news, the New Day are now officially free agents after being released from their contract shortly after that wave of layoffs.
How long has it been?
90
days. It hasn't been 90 days.
Well,
what?
They are officially free agents. As of this weekend, they are free agents.
90 days?
I mean, that news? I guess I don't know if it was 90 days, but they are officially free agents. That is what the video was for.
Okay. Must have. I don't know, but that's cool.
It's been a minute. When was WrestleMania? It's August.
Is the most like disappointing thing that could possibly happen is they actually just show up at SummerSlam this weekend?
That'd be pretty terrible. Yeah, it feels like that's not the case though, based on the video that I don't know if you watched that I posted that they posted.
This one I might have missed.
So, yeah, you're not even hanging. You're so off grid. You won't even look at the things I show you.
I saw the Rebel thing. Daniel, I have you muted. I don't.
God damn. It's a whole like animated video of two unicorns escaping a circus.
Oh, last time somebody left WWE and posted a thing about him escaping something, it was John Moxley, and he went to AEW.
People are pointing out a couple of things about the video. Number one, there is a third unicorn present in the video who has a broken horn and does not leave with them, but gives them a nod of approval
Oh,
on the way out, and everyone
oh.
cried about it for sure. And secondly, it seems like the last shot is the unicorn horns like on the ground, and then Kofi and Woods like silhouetted in the distance as just people. And so
Hmm.
people are assuming that what that means is that that part of the gimmick is going to change. Like they're
Gimmick
going to be a
change.
different gimmick wherever they end up.
Yeah.
So those are the two big things. There are nonstop rumors and speculation that they're going to AEW. I think that's probably the most likely scenario. Although they did just sign the Motor City Machine Guns like yesterday, so that tag division is getting pretty thick. You know what I mean? I
Oh
don't know that
yeah.
necessarily
Oh
like
yeah.
need the New Day, but the New Day would be a really cool thing to be there. And their Wembley show is coming up pretty soon. I think like a couple weeks, maybe a month. So they've got the groundwork for it for sure. If the New Day debut at Wembley, that place is getting burned down. You know what I mean? Like that that crowd's gonna lose their
Th-
absolute shit.
I think both Kofi and Creed now, uh, they absolutely have the power,
Mhm.
the name sake, that they can be essentially a tag team version of exactly what Mercedes Moné does now. I mean, not as far as belt collecting like she
Sure.
does
Yeah.
did, but like yeah, they could sign and they could be all elite, but they could also just tour whoever will have them, which anyone would have them because the New
Right.
Day are one of the greatest tag teams of the last 20 fucking years.
For sure. I do think that they would probably still sign though, because if they sign at AEW, they can still do the touring as long as it's not at
Of course, yeah.
WWE, probably TNA or AAA, but everywhere else. The only other place I could see them realistically going would be TNA because I know Creed has history there. I don't know what Kofi's history
Mhm.
pre WWE is, so I
I
could I could see that.
he Kofi's Kofi's like a everyone thought was a WWE lifer, so like he
Right? Yeah,
hadn't really done anything other than that, I don't
yeah.
believe.
I mean, he had to have started somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where it was. But the tag division over at AEW seems pretty convinced, reportedly, that they're going to show up there. Everyone's already planning their dream matches about it. People also seem to think that the Bailey AEW thing is a done deal, which is crazy because I don't think she's even left WWE yet. Um, but that's another one that's been like big speculated because I guess they don't want to renew her contract.
Remember, WWE's whole thing was they're like going to all these big names. It's how they lost the New Day in the first place. They're like, we want to pay you less.
Yeah,
And people who know their worth, like Bailey would be one of them because Bailey's great.
right.
She would be one to be like, well, I've kind of already done everything here, anyways.
Yeah. Hey, my best
I
friend
mean, I
works at
don't
this
want.
other place and can
And her
definitely get me
bestest
in.
friend in the whole wide world is the queen of wrestling. So yeah,
No.
she can go wherever she wants.
Yeah, and I do think Bailey and AEW makes, in terms of difference to the roster, makes a bigger splash than New Day because the tag team division of AEW is already stacked. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Um, I'd still be thrilled to see them there. Don't get me wrong; they're really good, and I would love to see them versus the Bucks or any number of tag teams that are over there. But the women's division in AEW, while I really like it, could use some star power, and Bailey definitely brings that with her. So I think that would be probably a more valuable pickup for them, frankly.
So Mercedes still has a, a title shot, right? From winning the Owen
She's
earlier this year?
Her and Willow are going at it at Wembley, and Mercedes will probably win.
Yeah. I foresee that too, and I think Mercedes finally, after all this time, successfully hoisting up the AEW Women's Championship after losing all the other ones she had.
Mm.
If that's the mic drop moment where you have Bailey come out and be like, "I'm here too, and I'm gonna fight you,"
Yeah,
like
I
that's huge.
I don't know that the timeline will work out that way, but if she Mercedes did post a thing, and granted, we didn't know anything at this time, but she posted a thing like a month back or something that was her and Bailey on a match graphic for Wrestle Dream next year. And it's, I
Mhm.
mean, the fucking thing's called Wrestle Dream. Literally just like, this is my dream match. I want to wrestle my best friend. So people are like, is it possible that she just like called this fucking shot this far in advance? And shit, dude, maybe. I don't know when Bailey's contract is up. I don't know what kind
It
of bullshit they'll
it
put on her on the
says,
way out the door.
I've looked
Um,
it up. Her contract is set to expire near the end of this year.
okay, so yeah, so it'd be after
Yeah, it would
Wembley at
be.
least. So we'll see what happens there. Guess we won't get an answer on that one for a while. Um, Also worth noting, because I said that there was a possibility. I remembered that thing I was going to say that I thought said was gone forever. The other speculation possibility was that the New Day would go to TNA. TNA is apparently in
Mhm.
a really bad place right now. They're shedding people in a lot of ways right now. WWE keeps hiring all their biggest names because of course they do. That's what they do to all of their quote unquote friends. But
Yeah.
also I keep seeing like it feels like every couple of days that they have released specifically women wrestlers. It's been like two or three this week. And I don't know what the fuck that's about. I know financially they're not doing super great. Um so man, I think they'd be really fucking stupid to just like cut the knockouts division. So I'm sure that's not what's happening. But yeah, I don't know that now would be the best time for anyone to be looking at TNA as a career path.
I don't see that for Creed and Kofi.
I don't
I
either.
really don't. I think they're, no disrespect to TNA and what they have going on, but their their worth is higher than that. Than just to go next door to the guys that are still like handcuffed to WWE.
Yeah. I my thing is I see them signing with AEW and then also doing a bunch of shit in New Japan or just Japan in general. I think that that's something that I believe in the past Austin Creed has said he wanted to do stuff in Japan, but I
Yeah,
don't see him signing there.
I would like to see them be able to go around the world and get their flowers from various places, which is why if they were to sign any like contract with any specific place, AEW would make more sense because
Mhm.
again, you can go do Japan, you can do CMLL,
Soft ground.
all that kinds of stuff. Soft ground. That'd be cool. They
Probably
could
do
they
a run in on whatever was it Defy or whatever the fuck the one that Damo bought, Damo and Cross.
uh we talked about that and I don't remember which ones they bought. They bought two.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. But I do think that that makes the most sense. And I'm excited to see what it is. And it doesn't seem like we'll have to wait too long now that they're officially free agents. I imagine whether their first match post WWE might not be under contract somewhere, but I do
Mhm.
think they will. There is a contract on a table for them right now, guaranteed 100%. No doubt. Somewhere. So,
Doesn't hurt that they are friendly and have past working relationships with Kenny Omega and the Bucks through like their YouTube gaming stuff. So
yeah. Well, and speaking of YouTube gaming stuff, and to transition a little bit into some of the news we got from Comic Con, did you see there was like I don't know if it was a fully new trailer, or if it was a TV spot or whatever, but for the Street Fighter movie?
I did not see a new trailer for the Street
I
Fighter
think it
movie.
might have
What
just been a
happened?
TV spot, but it's Ryu fighting Blanca in some cell, and
Oh,
the big takeaway is there's prisoners outside the cell,
uh-huh.
and a couple of them at least are famous Street Fighter players. So it's like Maximilian
Oh,
Dude. It's what's his fucking name? Justin Wong. I think Yipes is there. There's like there's
cameos.
a couple of them. Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? Put Spear Hunter Susie in the Resident Evil movie. Zach Krager, you fucking coward.
Yeah, come on. She could be like a nurse in that hospital or something.
You fucking asshole. There's a couple of things that came out, but not technically part of Comic Con because they're the bad news parts, and you typically announce that on a stage.
Mm, you
Um,
could.
The Booster Gold show may or may not be happening anymore. David Jenkins is definitely no longer connected to it. There are some mixed reports on whether or not the show itself is dead. But I think I would say probably 75% chance it's probably dead. To which I think everyone is saying, why couldn't it have been the Garage Show?
Yeah, what the fuck? All right. The exact headline is David Jenkins reveals his Booster Gold series at DC is not moving forward. That doesn't mean Booster Gold is done.
True.
Yeah.
So I wasn't necessarily like, gagging for a Booster Gold show. He's not on my A, B, or maybe even C tier of comic book characters that I care to see anywhere.
Right, but as you so eloquently put it, they chose to do a Gorilla Grodd Jimmy Olsen show instead, which is head scratching.
Yeah,
just comparatively. Like, we're all creatives here. We can do whatever we want. You're right, we can. But we could do this character, or we could just fucking throw whatever fucking. All right, go ahead.
Just throw some spaghetti at the wall. Yeah,
you're the captain.
There is part of me that makes me wonder. I'd hate doing this because I don't want to fall into the chud category, and I know a lot of chuds have been saying the same thing. But there's a part of me that wonders if it is because of them not getting the return that they thought they would get on Supergirl. And so they're like maybe looking at the listing of shit that they got moving forward a little bit more closely, and for some fucking reason the Garage show still made the cut. Although I don't know, fuck it, we could hear tomorrow that shit's canceled too, so we'll see.
I mean, the fact of the matter is Supergirl underperforming is going to affect something.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, ooh, that was a swing and a miss. All right, we'll just keep pushing forward. They're not going to do that.
Let's just keep swinging.
Because someone's going to say eventually, let's lay some more sturdy groundwork, shall we?
Well, and unfortunately, you look over at the competition over at Marvel, who's been, not to be mean, kind of a fucking shit show for the last little while. But this Spider-Man movie's real good. And if that Doomsday movie's real good, then, you stack a couple of good ones in a row and that momentum builds back up. And then I don't fucking know, man. Like, I don't feel confident that Doomsday and Secret War are going to feel good, but I bet they make a fuckload of money.
I mean, Marvel shit the bed. We'll talk about some of their news. We're gonna tear into them in a second here.
Yeah, well, actually, I think the thing that you're referencing is actually very relevant to this story as well. So.
Yeah. Let's say it now, and we'll fold it in.
Mahershala Ali is officially out as Blade. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that the Blade movie is dead, but he's done. He said, quote, "You had me under contract. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we would have done the movie. I feel ready to move on from the Blade questions. Those are for them now." Which is what David Jenkins just retweeted when he was like, "My show's dead too." He just retweeted that and he's like, "I can't say it better than this." So they fumbled the Mahershala Ali Blade bag, which is a crazy fucking thing to do.
Do you know how good Mahershala Ali is
as an actor?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see the new Jurassic World, and apparently, I'm sure he's great in that.
He's the best part of that.
How dare you? Scarlett Johansson's in that, and she's probably good too.
She is good too. The movie's just whatever, though. All you had to do
was follow the damn train.
All you had to do was make it. You couldn't get it done. Mm-hmm. You couldn't. Mahershala Ali with a sword kills vampires, and you couldn't even put out a shitty version of that. We're like, well,
right.
We can't figure it out.
And it bounced between how many different writers or directors or whatever. Like, I remember seeing multiple different things like, oh, this person's out, now it's onto this guy, oh, this person's out. Like, at least 3, maybe 4 different directors, right? Like, it's been through some shit. What is so hard? Like, I don't want to be mean to the Blade movies because I know that they have a lot of, fans. It's not like they were great.
Always trying to.
It's not like they were great movies. They didn't win any fucking awards. They were just fun. That's all it needs to be.
You could say that the third one is bad.
I've heard people say that, but I haven't seen it. So.
And you could say that Blade 2, which is directed by Guillermo del Toro, could be considered Guillermo's worst movie. I don't know if people say that. I've never thought about that
I
actually.
don't know.
I
He's done
haven't
a lot of
stacked that
movies.
up.
Did you see Pinocchio? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good
I
actually.
didn't. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's Blade. You know what? Wesley Snipes' Blade is an important part of history and my heart. You couldn't get it done.
There's
Embarrassing.
there
It's the
is
most embarrassing thing. Failing to make a Blade movie is the most embarrassing thing that they've done post Endgame, which should say
it's
something.
fucking saying something for real. It's just another one on that pile of like, and again, Spider-Man, really good movie. Doomsday, probably
Hmm.
going to be pretty good. We got more information on that we're going to talk about in a minute here, but like probably going to be pretty like it's people are going to love it, even though it's just action figures slamming together. People are going to love that movie. The post Endgame, the whole multiverse saga has been kind of dog shit, and frankly, one of the biggest faults of it is how many of these like setups for things they've done that we're just never gonna fucking see. We're not
Oh
seeing
my god.
we're not seeing Roy Kent as fucking Hercules. We're not getting whatever the fuck. Uh, what
Harry
was her?
Styles?
Yeah, we're not getting Harry
Harry St-
Styles. We're not. But I was talking about what's her fucking name? The lady from the end of Doctor Strange. I think she's
Oh,
supposedly in Doomsday, but like she's whatever a movie she was
oh.
supposed to be in, that's
Um
dead.
it's Charlize Theron, and I keep wanting to call her Calypso because she was Calypso in the Odyssey.
I keep wanting to call her Cersei, and it's not, it's just a different fucking. I don't think that's correct.
I don't remember what her character's name
Clea,
is. Oh,
Clea.
fake fans, fake fans, fake
No, I
fans.
got
I
it.
don't give a fuck.
I got it. It's Clea. I was correct.
All
I'm
right, all
smart.
right, all right.
I'm very smart and good at things. But yeah, it's like that. Remember Kit Harington exists in this universe, and he was supposed to be like Black Knight or some shit.
Yeah, his one mistake was being in the Eternals, which why was his character in the Eternals?
And didn't we also get like a voice plug for Mahershala Ali Blade in that?
Yeah, it's the only I think they used Blade in like some What If episode I never watched because I don't care. But
Oh sure, yeah, I do remember seeing that.
other than that, which wasn't Mahershala Ali, I don't think.
The
Um, but yeah, other than that, that's the only Blade thing.
the fact that since that teaser of we're gonna do a Blade movie at the end of Eternals, the fact that since then we have had what probably over an hour of screen time of the fucking US agent and we have gotten zero screen time of Blade is fucking ludicrous.
So now that Brand New Day has come out,
Yeah.
in between the Blade stinger in the Eternals, there's been 12 films.
That's a lot.
12 films.
That's more than the current DCU and the previous DCU combined, I'm pretty sure.
Were they too scared to do a rated R vampire movie? Is that what it is?
I mean, shit, maybe. I mean, what was Thunderbolts rated? That one got pretty dark, I guess.
I think that was 13. I don't remember though. I think the only rated R one was the Deadpool Wolverine, which went super fucking rated R, sure,
Yeah.
granted, but
That movie also went like double platinum in its first weekend.
that was also Ryan Reynolds coming in saying like this is how we do it and this is how we're gonna do it.
If you let me make
And
the movie, I'll advertise Disney Plus at Wrexham.
I don't know, they were probably just like, how do we market this if it's rated R? And it's like by making it cool, idiot.
By making
It's as easy as that.
making a good movie. What do you mean? In keeping with the story of failing to make projects with black men as the lead, Wonder Man season 2 is also canceled. It had been confirmed. Apparently, it was being worked on to some level already.
Yeah.
The I should have written his name down. Yahya Abdul Mateen. I'm pretty sure. Is that right? Is that a different guy?
Yeah. That's him.
He said, "That's life, right? Everything will shake out. I'm glad we got to be part of something cool." So he's taking it better than Mahershala, but I guess he got jerked around a lot less and got to make a good product out of it. Because I didn't watch the show, but apparently season 1 pretty good.
They kept Mahershala in a basement for like 7 years. Yeah, I just want to say again, Wonder Man was a really good show, and I don't know why this one caught astray, other than somebody looked at it and was like, "It didn't get enough views. Just we're not doing it." But it had really good reviews.
Yeah,
So I don't.
not
Whatever.
a great look.
The very nature of how that character was in the show, like he's not a superhero. He's a guy with powers that is an actor. So like this isn't even a case of like, oh, he'll show up in something else maybe if somebody remembers. Like
Sure.
we're just never gonna see him again, which is probably fine. You don't need to cram Wonder Man in. Nobody's clamoring like, oh, Wonder Man needs to be in the Avengers. That doesn't need to happen. But it's a
Right.
shame that the show got canceled because it was a good show.
Well, let's talk about some of the ups that we got from Marvel at Comic-Con. Got a couple of sort of cool things coming out of their Hall H panel. Um,
Mm.
we should probably start by saying the thing that everyone thought we were going to get, we did not get. There was no information about X-Men at all. We did not learn who Sadie Sink was playing in Spider-Man, although I suppose we know now.
Mm-hmm.
And there has also been one, I think, confirmed casting of Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, and then two possibly, but more shaky, rumored castings of Kaylee Spaney as Rogue and as Charles Melton as the Beast. The prevailing theory right now is that they are trying really hard to finalize casting before D23, and then they will announce it there, I
Yeah,
guess.
that would be a big place to do it.
But that's in like a couple weeks. Like that's soon.
The ball's in their court, I guess. But the confirmed one, it's so interesting that the first confirmed casting we have, seemingly out of nowhere, is Emma Frost.
Yeah, not one of the ones that you would expect. To be fair, actually, none of the ones in this list I think are the ones you would expect. Because you're expecting we're gonna get, Jean, Scott, fucking, Storm, Professor X. Like Rogue's pretty close to that. Beast too. Like Beast was one of the original
I would
guys. But when you think of like the lineup, like these are the guys, those A-listers are not here yet.
I would put Rogue in an A list.
I think she's
I would
B.
I would put nah, I
I
would put
like
her
her.
up there. I would put her up there. So like that's if Rogue was the first casting we got, we'd be like, oh shit, wow, cool. No disrespect to Emma Frost, but I'm just saying, like she ain't Rogue.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the usual suspects, depending on what lineup they decide to go with. Obviously, people want to know who a new younger Wolverine would be, but that's I'm Cyclops would be the next one. And Storm,
Yeah.
Professor X probably.
The, there's a lot there's a lot of characters that we will need
Yeah,
to get casting for before an X-Men thing can come out. And these are three that I feel like I could have not been in the movie, and I don't think people would have second guessed it.
no, I mean I I don't think saying I disagree with you is the right way to say it, but
How
like
dare
I'm
you?
like, yeah,
How
no,
dare?
Beast and Rogue, and I'm like, all right, bet we're building a team here.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
sure.
Emma Frost, I'm surprised that she got center stage. But
Right.
like
Well, to be
that's
fair,
cool though.
they
That's cool
didn't
though.
announce it. This was coming from like insiders, so it's not necessarily how
That's
they
true. This
planned
wasn't
for it to
this
come out.
this wasn't on a stage, but it was reported by Variety, which means
Right.
somebody gave them the okay to say it.
Well, oh, probably, yeah. But again, I don't think it's necessarily like, yeah, we wanted for this to be the first casting to get out. You know what I mean?
They
I
did
think
they did
it's
come back and almost immediately say like we were just like holding precedent to cast her first and then expect more to come is what they said.
right. Uh,
But Samara Weaving is great.
so yeah,
She's
for
awesome.
sure. I loved her in Hollywood. That's really the only thing I know her from, but she's really, really good in it.
She's in the Ready or Not films, of
Ready or
which there
not?
was another one this year. She's really great. I like her.
Yeah. I I don't know what cast for the X-Men that I would want, but
Name six. Name your six best X-Men's. Go.
oh well, you're gonna strongly disagree with my six best X-Men because
I I
because
I strongly disagree with everything you say though,
because
so it's fine.
uh because let's see. Okay, I get fuck. do I need to put Professor X on this, or is that implied? Because I don't really
No,
want to waste a slot on him.
he yells to me by X-Men, and he stays at
And
home.
then 6
He
people
sends the
show up, and
dudes
those
out.
are the 6 that I'm casting. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
those are the 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I just didn't know, if I needed to spend a slot on the one guy that like I think technically needs to be there. I would say definitely Storm. That's a 100% given.
We share that one in common.
So okay? What I need is this me casting it for a movie or me casting it for me? Is this my ideal lineup, or is this what I think would be best for a movie? Because those are very different answers.
Be as stupid as you want to be.
Okay, so you still Storm. You want Storm 100%. I think you got to do. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of. I don't know if you know this. A lot of fucking X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing Iceman. I've always liked Iceman.
That's a good call.
We like a nice guy. I think you need Jean. I feel like she is sort of the identity of the X-Men for a lot of their shit, and also I just like her.
I already know who you're gonna leave off.
Oh, I'm leaving Scott in the fucking trash, and he can eat my dick and balls. He's the worst fucking hero to ever be written by a human being. He cheats on his wife every fucking second that he gets the opportunity. What a douchebag. Then we're going. I'm just gonna bypass Colossus and go straight to Magic, which doesn't really make sense, but I don't really care because I just like her. I just want her on the team.
All right, it's your show, I guess.
This is what you asked for my team. I don't know what you want. I will put Beast on there, I think. And then I think we need like a kid. I'm gonna put Kitty in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're putting Kitty in there.
I was waiting for Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, I think that's my 6. But that's for me, because that wouldn't work as a lineup in a movie at all. Because if you try to be like, okay, what's the most like flashy team that we could be together? Who are the ones who are going to put fucking butts in seats? It's not those ones.
No, I
mean, some of those ones. It's not all those ones. That's my team. That's fucking someone came up to me like they, I guess, do with Kevin Smith and was like, just make a thing. That's the team that I would pull. And I'd throw fucking Nico Minoru in there for no reason. She's not a mutant. Well, we got an announcement of a new cute lady joining the MCU. That's right, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yes sir. He's a cutie patootie. He really is.
Ryan Gosling is joining the MCU in 2028 as Ghost Rider, which I'm for. I like Ryan Gosling a lot. I like Ghost Rider a lot. I don't know that makes any fucking sense, but he wants to do it, so fuck it. I guess go for it. He's not anywhere near the person that I would cast as Ghost Rider, and I don't know who that would be. But when I look at Ryan Gosling, I want him to take his clothes off, not his face. You know what I mean? I just don't see why you cast one of Hollywood's most attractive men and then make his face a skeleton. You know what I mean? Maybe he won't spend a lot of time in Ghost Rider form,
Well, no, that's the beautiful thing is as soon as you cast him as if he could show up in anything now and just be a skeleton, you just get him in the voice booth. You know what I mean?
It works out for him pretty well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like this casting just fine. I'm for it. So there's a handful of characters. Blade is one of them. Where I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Marvel is a little bit. Yeah, sure, I'll always see a Spider-Man, and sure, Avengers. You're doing a big event. I'll be there. Sure, why not? And then there's just so much of the MCU that feels like tedium or homework, and you're losing us, right? We've been saying this for a long time. Not breaking any new ground by saying it again. But there's a handful of characters that it's just like, okay, now you have my attention just because I want to, just because I'm a simple man with simple pleasures, right? And Ghost Rider is one of them. And I'm like, yeah, make the Ghost Rider movie and I'm seated. But, the last time they brought out a big, cool actor on stage and gave him a fucking hat and said, we're making this movie. They didn't make the movie. So, little, how excited can I get? I don't know.
That's
Because
fair.
in the same weekend that you're like, look, we're gonna do Ghost Rider. Um, we were told, yeah, Blade's just dead. We don't care. It's over. You know what's sad, Daniel? You know what's really goddamn sad?
No.
I want you to get your phone right now and I want you to Google Mahershala Ali and I want you to go to his Wikipedia page. His Wikipedia picture is him wearing a Blade hat.
It's pretty good. That's pretty
How
good.
tragic. How fucking tragic. Yeah, man. If this movie actually happens on like the last time I got excited, sure. I'm there.
It's apparently the same director that's working with him on Starfighter, so I guess they are really happy with how that movie is coming together.
Starfighter? What? I know the director is
Starfighter,
Sean Levy, who may not get many people excited because that was the director of Deadpool Wolverine and
doing great work.
other things that people are tired of, I guess. But
The Star Wars
you know,
Starfighter movie that Ryan Gosling is doing.
I didn't know Sean Levy was directing that.
Apparently, that's why he got this job.
Fair enough. Fine. Whatever. I hope they just make the same exact movie twice, but one has Ghost Rider in it.
One's a spaceship and one's a motorcycle, and that's the only
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Cool. Sure.
Just put Ryan Gosling in a vehicle. That's the movie. They're literally Ryan Gosling vehicles.
I may sound tired and annoyed about it, but my overall reaction to Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider is a thumbs up. I'm there for it. If it happens.
I'm for it. I don't think it's not the casting I expected or necessarily wanted, but he will do a good job with it, no doubt.
I'm gonna make the same joke that not only have I made before in private group chats, but everybody on the internet's probably made already. Is Ryan Gosling is married to Ava Mendes, and she was in Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. Look at that. That wasn't a joke. I didn't
It all
pose
comes
that
full
as a
circle.
joke.
No,
I said it was gonna be a joke, and then I just said a fact.
There was no punchline there, like at all.
Sorry, everyone.
What a letdown. What a
It's been
disappointment.
a long fucking life.
Speaking of a long life, T'Challa Jr. is aging about 30 years overnight. That's right. He's been recast as 32-year-old actor David Johnson from The Long Walk and Alien Romulus, I guess. And people are really excited for it, and I think he'll do a really good job. Almost certainly. I don't know this man at all, but I'm sure he's great.
Those two movies you just said, I have seen them both, and he's very good in both.
Well, good. It does answer a lot, or not answer, raise a lot of questions. His movie, again, this is slated for December 2028. But so that puts it after Secret Wars, which is in 2027. So this will be in whatever the reboot rumored world is afterwards, which could explain how he has aged so much overnight. It's going to be a little confusing, I think, because also confirmed for the movie is Shuri, played by the same actress as always, and now they will be the same age. So it's a comic book, so fuck it, really, but
sure, I don't know.
We got to find some way to do it. I think realistically, at the end of the day, and I think pretty much everyone has come on board with this now that the dust has settled, they probably should have just fucking recast T'Challa instead of being like, this is his son, and now there's a time vortex, and now he's older. Just recast it. Literally.
Sure, probably. But I do also at the same time think at the end of the day, this Black Panther trilogy, if they stop at 3, every movie is going to be about a different Black Panther. That's kind of cool in a way.
Sure.
In a neat way. I don't know.
I don't know that I would say it's cool. It wouldn't, especially because of the way that it turned out, of just like we had to just kind of cobble some shit together. Did they ever even say what killed T'Challa? Like canonically? Did he also have cancer?
I don't think they needed to say it. It was something that he was sick. It was definitely an illness.
Right.
So
I just think they should have left that out. I just really think that they should have just left that real world shit out of the movie. I don't think that it helped that movie at all. It was a great scene, but I think the later removed from that you watch it again, it's gonna make less and less sense. You're gonna turn on the second movie in a trilogy and be like, the main character died off screen. What is that? It's
I
just
don't know.
I just think it was a really bad idea, especially because we know now that he was telling them to recast his fucking role.
I'm I think I'm just generally more positive on that movie than you are. So
It's
I don't
just
know.
I just don't think it's a very good movie. You know, it's like the funeral scenes are great and it's really impactful, and then it becomes a movie about Shuri and Namor, and then the movie doesn't fucking matter anymore. Like nothing else that happens in that movie has any fucking interest or value at all. Once Chadwick Boseman has been removed from the story entirely, and we move on to this other shit that we slammed together at the last second, like my elbow on my desk just there.
We all heard it.
It was great. It felt good. Then it's like, what's the plan here? You know, it's like, well, we knew we needed to get Namor in here, and what we're gonna do is very clumsily try and make a sort of truce between the two of them, but like neither of them are all that good at acting, and we really don't like the Shuri actress because she's also a fucking anti-vaxxer, so we're barely gonna let her talk in the fucking movie. It's like, okay.
You're just saying a whole lot of stuff. I don't know.
And they killed off Angela Bassett. If you were gonna leave one character to be a fucking rock in this franchise, it should have been Angela Bassett. But no, fuck me. Kill her off. And I'm sure the third one would be good. But yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's good casting, but they definitely should have done it like 5 years ago. They should have also recast Kang for what it's worth. I think
And
I think the jump to fucking Doom is going to feel really fucking clumsy. And I know Kevin Feige came out at Comic-Con and was like, "Oh, the people who were saying that Thanos had more of a build-up, he was only built up in your head." And like, no, the fuck he wasn't. You were building the goddamn Infinity Stones for like ages, and you haven't done dick ass shit for Doom until the end of Fantastic Four.
That's so fucking funny. That's so fucking funny that his like way to curb people saying that Doom's just coming out of nowhere is being like, we've never had a plan. It's like, oh, okay.
Just like, yeah. Well, the way to make Doom look good is to bury Thanos, I guess.
Yeah, sure, dude. Why not?
I don't know. Felt real bad. Have you seen, this is another thing that's been going around, these fucking Latvian witches? While we're on the topic, I guess.
Yeah, I have seen this.
Who the fuck is
and
this?
So you're aware that they were like, here's some mannequins with some movie costumes on them. Here's the costumes from the movies.
Yeah, including
And
a
one of
captain
them-
for a costume for Captain
Yes.
America that's just a fucking t-shirt and jeans.
Steve Rogers, you didn't need to make that one, guys.
You didn't. Hey, we didn't need a mannequin for that one. Like, I respect it, but
Yeah. So one of them was just Latvian witch, right?
yeah,
And I saw originally the one.
Yep.
And it's green. And every one I've seen since then, I think they're photoshopping it, right?
Nope.
They're actually all multicolored.
Every day of Comic-Con they switched the costume to be a different color.
Oh. Okay, so see, I didn't have that information. I just kept seeing people be like, "Look, what if this?" And then all the things were I could have sworn it was just like they color corrected each one.
I mean, I guess they might have been some of the pictures you saw, but no, they did actually change the color of the fucking robe at least 3 or 4 times. Yeah,
because I saw like 6 of them.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping up that close, but people are like, okay, so like an alternate Scarlet Witch is going to be one, and like an alternate Monica Rambeau is going to be another, and I was like,
is
that what we fucking want?
They're like, trying to build, and by they I mean the fans, the schemers on Reddit. They're trying to build essentially Doom's horsemen. Like, instead of 4 horsemen, it's going to be 6 Latvian witches.
Right.
A la Apocalypse, right? And I don't. What does that accomplish by him having like all the powerful women characters? I don't know.
Then when he takes his mask off, he gets to continue looking like a billionaire the rich man version of a billionaire playboy philanthropist. because he's surrounded by attractive women, but now they do magic or some shit.
A thought occurred to me.
Yeah.
Recently, and I wish it hadn't, because it's not going to happen.
What if Famke Janssen hasn't been announced because she's one of the witches?
That's not what my thought was.
Okay.
My thought was, what if Doom just never takes the mask off, and we just never acknowledge that's Robert Downey under there?
So a lot of the rumors, or at least a lot of what people have been saying, is that we might not even know that he's the villain for the first like little bit of the movie, and that he'll betray people.
Hang on.
He's not going to be wearing the mask during that. If that's true.
We
know. The characters won't. Yeah.
That's going to be really stupid for us audience members, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a movie.
That's what a lot of people are saying right now.
We just watch all the heroes just go along with the bad guy.
Rope-a-doped, yeah. Or maybe like he will be unmasked and pretend to be alternate Tony, and then they'll be knowing that they're fighting Doom, but not know that Doom is him or some shit. Like I could see that also. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
They've had to horseshoe a lot of bullshit into making this work, including breaking every piece of glass in case of emergency they could find to get Robert Downey Jr. into the costume. And with a, by the way, in the trailer, pretty fucking rough accent of just pretending to be vaguely Eastern European. And you're like, does that even sound like Robert Downey? What are we doing? What was the idea here?
I didn't have a problem with that. From what little we've heard of it so far, I didn't have an issue with it.
It'll probably be fine in the final product. It's a little rough in the trailer. Oh, I should have mentioned also in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Tom Holland is doing like a more Boston-y accent for some fucking reason. Like it's a little bit thicker than it has been in the previous movies. And I was like, am I making this up in my head? But every so often I would be like, no, he's definitely doing something. What's going on with that? Anyway.
He's just older.
I guess. Yeah, he's doing more of like a New York or Boston fucking whatever accent. Either way. Yeah, I don't know. Doom's going to show up and he's going to have 6 Latvian witches and each is going to represent a fucking Infinity Stone or some shit. And then it's going to be, that's why we haven't seen Halle Berry or Famke Janssen, is they're going to be the fucking witches, 2 of the witches. Are there 6 prominent dead superpowered women across the different universes that we can throw together into the fucking thing? Probably.
Oh, they have to be dead?
I don't know. The 2 of the 3 I've named already are. So,
okay, so Scarlet Witch, and then I don't know, making them have to be witches, right? Female, because they're like female robes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that narrow our choices? They could have been like acolytes, but then they're just doing Apocalypse's Horsemen. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, probably because when this movie was being written, it wasn't Doom at all. It was Kang. So we had like 7 Kangs.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have a bit where they're like, this was the bit where the Egyptian Kang was doing some shit, but now it's going to be, I don't fucking know, Scarlet Witch in a robe.
Mini bosses.
Yeah.
And the mini boss is one of the most powerful women in the universe we've established so far.
Yeah, but like an alternate version of her who like maybe sucks and has a cool scar.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. My excitement for Doomsday ebbs and flows, to put it mildly. Where some days I'm like, it could be all right. And then other days I'm like, it's going to be so fucking stupid.
I don't know. I just let it all wash over me. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah. Although to be fair, some of the things that I thought were going to be really stupid in Spider-Man, if they did happen. And it was fine. So, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me. We'll see. Anyway, that's our news, everybody. If you want to tell us who you think all the Latvian witches are, you can list them in color order. That's Roy G. Biv in the comments on YouTube and Spotify. Do not put them in any other order. I will not read them if they are not in correct color spectrum order. You can follow the show on Twitter at RSR_POD. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McGee.
You know what? I wound up back on Blue Sky somehow, without giving them my credit card or social security number, or picture of my photo ID. I didn't have to do any of that. So I'm back on there. You can follow me at Skyler 8-bit, I guess.
And until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
The game's just starting, the road's so bright. everything feels